Back from the dead.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Tsao the Legend here, and welcome to the very first episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon. And wow, that intro sequence has been updated. I played this game a while back, and when it was still in early access, and I love this game, even though it was really tough to get through this game, or at least get far enough in this game. If you guys never played this game before, I'll explain everything as we go along, but I just thought that this could be a cool series to keep coming back to, because I know I'm gonna die constantly and then we're gonna have to restart over again, but I kind of want to see how far I can get into the game, because the few times I played during the early access, I got pretty far, but I still died. So using what knowledge I have since then, I'm gonna try and do a series where I can play smartly and try to get through this. I don't want to play this like, oh, I'm just gonna send some troops out and do stupid stuff. But I'm gonna really try and make this series pretty interesting to watch. So, Darkest Dungeon is so I'm gonna do a campaign, and while I do this, I'm gonna this is new. You may enable multiple DLCs at once at any estate. Okay, I'm just gonna use all DLCs since it's out, and then select campaign. Radiant campaigns will, while still challenging, are adjusted to be faster and more forgiving than normal, suggested for your first Darkest Dungeon experience. Nope. Darkest normal campaigns are the original settings for the game. While there is no time limit to win, the campaign will be longer and more challenging than Radiant mode. Blood Moon campaigns are not for the faint of heart. Expect no quarter, no forgiveness. You must conquer the evil within the time and hero death limit. Blood Moon is Stygian plus Crimson Cord. Okay, guys, I do kind of want to play Blood Moon, but I just thought that if I do Blood Moon, this series might be a bit boring, since I'll be constantly having to do things so fast and not be able to think it through. So we're gonna go with the original setting, which is the darkest setting, and I'm just gonna name it Darkest. As simple as that.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
So cool. That guy's voice is really awesome. I mean, like, he's still not on par with Morgan Freeman's voice, but he is up there. He's getting to that place, man. This whole game's narrative is so good. I love his storytelling. It makes it so mysterious and dark, and the artwork as well, so amazing. It's kind of like a comic book style, but still, yeah, it just looks really, really nice. Yeah, so this is how the game begins, like a little tutorial. Map navigation, you are currently in a room. To move forth, click on another room on the map display. This will take you to the connecting hallway. Alright, so this game is not a typical RPG style game, even though it has RPG elements, but it's not the same as, let's say, Dark Souls. But this game is like Dark Souls in the way that it is very punishing. Like, you do something and it could cost you the game, you know. And it's also very randomly generated, as in like the chances of you hitting and the things are hidden. You can get that better, but it's still really, really up to luck as well. So there's a lot of features in this game, but I'll slowly go through it as we go. Right now, we are in the beginning area, so you can see that we can move the characters back and forth. We have two characters right now. We have a character named Reynaud. He's a crusader, and we got a highwayman named Desmeon. All the characters' name can be changed later on. Another thing is I'm using the mouse. I'm playing on the PC this time, not on my PlayStation, because I just thought it would be easier to control. So you got your front man and your back second person. So in this game, you can have up to 4 players or 4 heroes at the same time. Right now we only have 2, so he's in the front and he's at the back. Usually you want to put people with range further back and people with more tankiness and melee in the front, and I'll explain more why when we get to that point. Other things you can do down here, if you look, you can see that we have this map here, which is on the right. You can click here for map and click here for items. Now for map, this is the dungeon. We have to try to get out. So usually you just click where you want to go. We want to go to the next room, so we click it, and then
have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
yeah. So when we get to here, we get to the hallway. So hallway movement, you can press D and A or click the mouse to move your character. So what that means is here, you see here, we're actually on the path to that room. We haven't actually go to that room yet. So here along this way, we could meet some bad people. If you just saw that little symbol that pop up, that is stress. Okay, I cannot stress enough about the importance of keeping your heroes stressless. I'm trying to do some puns, but it's not working. But stress is very important. If you see at the bottom here, you can see there's a health and a stress meter. Now, stress is a very important thing about a part of this game. Ooh, and we'll get into that further down. Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon and then click on a highlight target. If you can't select a particular skill, it's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot or there are no valid targets. Mouse over the skill to see the requirements. So that's what we're talking about. You see how some of the moves cannot be used, it's blacked out. It's because these moves have a range that you're supposed to be standing to shoot. You see how this one has 3 red dots at the bottom? The 3 red dots means that this move will shoot any person from the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th row. This move also will shoot people from, or use it on people on the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th row, but not on the 1st row. So this guy is on the first row, so his moves, these moves will not work. Okay, so, and if you see a line going through the red, it means that that move will hit everyone in the first 3 skills. So we're gonna first use our so it's turn-based, so it's all kind of based on your characters, who's gonna attack first and who's not gonna attack first. So let's use our highwayman, and let's give this bandit or cutthroat some bleed effect. So this knife, it gives bleed effect, which means that the enemy will start bleeding over time. So I'm gonna use that move first and then click on him. Ooh, look at that cool animation. I love that. How it zooms in, it's so dramatic. And then I think like we could probably kill him with one more hit with this smite melee. It does quite a lot of damage, so I hope we don't miss though, because that could oh no, he dodged it. Damn it, now it's his turn and he's gonna attack us. Dodge, dodge. Oh. See, this is the part where we're saying that it's kind of like a chance thing. And did you see what happened? The move he used was the move where you can push people back. So once he hit my melee guy, he pushed him to the second row. Now now all the moves that he's supposed to be using can't be used anymore, except for the first one. But that's all we needed.
A faint hope blossoms.
Each item if you take it, will occupy space in your inventory. Mouse over item to show details about them. This works in your inventory too. Press circle button to close this window. I think it's that button there. So after you kill some bandits, you could probably get some items. We got some gold, and just to be on the safe side, I always switch my players back to this position that they're supposed to be in, just in case you know, we get into another fight. We should go. So now we hit interactive objects, curios. While exploring, you will often find interactive objects. Click or press W to investigate them. Take a look at this tent. So these things are like curios or interactive objects. So on the path, you sometimes find these things. Now these things have good and bad in them. Sometimes they'll give you riches. Sometimes they'll give you a hero, a special boon. Sometimes they'll give you a debuff, and it's very bad penalty. So it's kind of risk. So open them on your own. But sometimes the best thing to do is kind of take a risk, because you never know what you're gonna get. So I'm gonna get this guy to kind of pick it. Ooh, someone left valuables.
Leave nothing unchecked.
And then we just got some gold.
To be found in forgotten places.
Oh, and also sometimes I think there are these little things that actually I'll explain that later when we get to it. Okay, anyways, we got to the next room. We enter. Oh, and there's bad guys.
Send these vermin a message.
All
The
right.
rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Alright, so this part here is kind of important to notice that this guy in the front, he has a long health bar and he's taking up 2 slots. So that means he's actually in position 1 and 2, and this guy's position is in 3. So any move that's going to be hitting him will be position 1 and 2, and any position hitting him will be 3. So let's see. See, now we can use all our moves. So I think I want to use a shot. Actually, I want to bleed him first, because I think bleed is a good way to reduce people's health. I'm going to bleed him. Oh, what? He resisted it? Oh, now it's his turn. Now he's attacking both of our guys. Alright, now I'm gonna use Stunning Blow to just stun him so he doesn't attack me next round. Oh, he resisted? Oh my goodness. Oh, at least we dodged it. That's good. Alright, it's our turn again. I'm gonna try to make him bleed again. Oh, he's still resisting it. Why is he so good at resisting? This is not good. Oh no, I hate Rain of Whips. When they do Rain of Whips, these kind of things cause your people to bleed and also give them some stress. So much blood. You see, our heroes are getting a bit annoyed with this. I'm just going to take this out quick because I don't want him to waste our life away. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to actually shoot the bad guy so he stops shooting us. Still not good. This could be a bad start. Yes, yes, good job guys, good dodge. Good dodge. Let's take, yes!
Size alone does not dissuade
Okay.
the sharpened blade.
So this was something added in during a patch. It's called corpses. When most monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as temporary obstacles and will eventually go away on their own. You can attack corpses to destroy them faster, but often a better approach is to use range skills, push, pull skills, and even corpse clearing special skills that some heroes possess. Monster kills with bleed, blight, or crits leave no corpses at all. So if you guys don't understand what that means, is that now we kill this guy, his dead body is blocking 1 and 2 spaces. So my Crusader, who's good at hitting close range guys, can't hit this guy in the back to kill him 1 hit because this stupid guy's corpse is blocking the first room. So there's a few ways to do that. It's either destroy this corpse, and once it's destroyed, then this guy will move forward, or we can shoot from a distance to kill him, or there's another way you can do it, which is using a push or pull ability, which is like, you know, you saw it earlier where that guy hit me and pushed me back. So you could do that in a way to push the corpse behind this guy and push him to the front. So that's another way to do it. The other way to think smart, another way to clear corpses, is that if you're trying to kill someone, you either give them blight, bleed, or crit them at the last hit. So if you use the bleed to kill them on the last hit, or use a crit to kill him, they won't leave a corpse. So always keep that in mind when you're playing Darkest Dungeons, if you want no corpses blocking your way. So this is something I learned a while back. I don't know what else they changed, but let's just shoot this guy. Yeah!
Give them no quarter.
I like that guy. Completing a quest. After you complete the requirement of a quest, you have the option to return to town at any time. Just click the crest. You don't need to return to the starting room of the dungeon to exit. So once you finish the quest, it'll tell you to return to Hamlet, which is where you live, or continue adventuring. There is a chest here. If I remember correctly, that chest, the first one, is always a trap. But I'm gonna gamble here, okay? I'm gonna continue adventuring, and I'm gonna get this guy to open this trap. I mean, it says trap chest. Something doesn't look quite right with this one. Oh, see, it says it right there. So let's not open it. Let's not open it. Let's leave this quest. So if you want to leave after you done your quest and you want to leave, you can always just click on this button, and it'll take you out. And then at the end, it'll show you how much you got. So we got quest reward, which is just finishing this quest, and we got collected treasures and how much we get for that, and then heirlooms. So heirlooms are very important, and I'll go into that later on as well. And this is where oh, here we go. This part here is after you finish a quest or a dungeon, then your heroes will level up or get any like abilities. And here is something called a resolve. A resolve, oh, this is so hard to explain. Resolve is something kind of like what the hero experienced, what they learned, what they feared, what they loved, what they gained, kind of thing on the adventure. And this thing could go either good or bad. Do you see the faces on this? It could go good or bad. If it's good, it could become like he gains this awesome ability to fight through pain or something like that. I don't know. But if it's bad, he could be like abusive and always shout at your teammates, which makes your teammates stressed out. So I hate seeing this every time, because this is always something that I'm fearing that something could go bad. But usually if you have less stress and you don't encounter anything too bad during the adventure, your heroes usually get good ones. I just hope he gets a good one. See, look, he got Nymphomania. Look at that. It's yellow means it's a positive resolve. 20% stress healed in brothel. So if this guy has a lot of stress, you take him to a brothel, he'll heal a lot more stress than usual. So that's a good one. If you see a red one, that means the bad. It's affliction. So that is something that got good.
Welcome home.
All right, we're back.
Such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Okay, cool. So this is kind of our activity log, just showing you what's happening. Here is kind of like telling us what our quest is for the entire game. There's quite a lot of people to defeat, and to be honest, the last time I played this game, when I was playing early access, I don't think I accomplished that many. I think I accomplished a few, but there is a lot of bosses to get through just to get this to finish this. So this whole series is gonna be me trying to do that. Okay, so we close this first, and I'll show you. This is town. Get help where you may. On any screen in the game, press and hold H to see contextual help for controls in that mode. Try it while in town, exploring, fighting, camping, and more. So, alright, so here we go. Here's the place of our town that we live in. Here's some exclamation that gets things that are boarded up are usually unlocked, and you unlock them when you get more of the quest done. So right now we only have these things open. So I'm gonna show you. I'll just give you a really quick tour around the screen. So we got, first of all, we got our heroes on this right. Okay, we can move them up or down to put them like as in like who's our favorite and who's our best, or you can arrange it by level, stress, or class or activity. Okay, so you can sort them out, and then if you click them, I think if you right click them, it shows you their personality, abilities, and everything you need to know about that character, and you can even name your character here. So you know what, I'm just gonna name my character like always, like what I always name my heroes, Veldrick. That'll be my first character, Veldrick. He's an apprentice crusader. Okay, you can always dismiss your hero if you feel like that hero is being too stressed out, too many bad things are happening, too many quirks that are bad, then you can like dismiss him. So like if you look here, you can see 10% damage if torch is above 75. We'll get into torch light and what it affects the people a bit later. And then see, like now I got God-fearing, in town will only pray for stress relief, prone to stealing items. Oh man, he's a kleptomaniac. So what that means is like when we go through and pick up loot, he might just take some. And when I say he means that he actually takes it. We don't get any of it to upgrade it or anything. So he could be a bad thing when we take him on a mission or something, stealing all our stuff. So, I don't know. We'll see if he does well later on. And I might change his name later. Actually, you know what? I don't want you to be Veldrick anymore. Veldrick is going to be our main hero. So, I'm going to call you... You look like a Tony for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, I'm just going to name it Tony. Tony the Tiger. No, I'm just gonna name him something random right now because he probably will die later on. And this Mas, let's have a look at him. Whoa, look at him! Hard noggin, 15% stun resist, quick reflexes, nymphomania, and no cheat. He's not allowed to gamble while in town, but I don't really care about that quirk. That's an okay quirk. So this guy, oh, this guy is cool, but he's not the kind of character my Veldrick name will go with. My Veldrick name goes with someone who is brutal and buff. This guy seems more like, you know what, I'm gonna name him Chris after actually my name, but I'm gonna spell it like C-R-I-S. Let's do that. Oh no, I always forget. Chris. Alright, and then also you can, if you want to be more customizable, you can always go in here and you can change what color you want them to be, so it's easier for you to recognize who this character is. So I'm gonna switch him to this color, and him I'm gonna switch him to, I kind of like the blue one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. All right, cool. So there we go, that's the hero. Down here is some trinket, weapon, and items. Weapons you can change, but you can upgrade later on. Items you can place when you pick them up during the missions. Okay. And then these are the skills. I'll go into more of this later on. There's too much to explain right now. And then down here we got option tab. We got a glossary. It tells you everything if you really want to read all that. We got trinket inventory. This is where we get all our treasures if we don't have it on our characters. And then we got our log, like what we saw before. And then and this is how much money we earn. These are all the heirlooms we have. You can trade heirlooms as well. This is something I didn't know until like way later on. So if you want more of this, you can trade something for that. And this is very useful for upgrading, so I'll explain that when we get to the upgrading stage. So now let's have a look around. These things are all locked. We can't get into any of these things, but here we go, graveyard. This is something
up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Alright, so graveyard is something that you do not really I don't think you're really like
fools
oops.
and corpses.
Yeah.
All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Okay, so I don't want to talk over that guy. His voice is just so sexy and deep. Anyways, graveyard is, this is the punishment part about this game. If your character, your heroes die in the dungeon, actually die, they will not come back. You will never get them back. All that level you put into them, all the items you got for them is gone, and they will be in the graveyard. And here will be a list of all the dead heroes that you've killed. And this is a sad place to be. And I always try to not have my characters die, but it's just very hard. This game is so punishing, it's very hard to get that right. Now the second thing that was up here was a stagecoach. A stagecoach is where you can buy more heroes to help you on the journey. So right now I'm actually gonna buy 2.
Better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield.
And yeah, you can upgrade the stagecoach network while you're here. Spend some of your starting heirlooms on upgrading the stagecoach network. This will increase the number of heroes available here in the future. To upgrade, click the plus symbol on the left and then click the upgrade. So here on the left here, you can upgrade anything you want to upgrade. You can go up here, there's a plus sign and upgrade it. And what this does is that, you know how we only had 2 heroes letters to buy? If you upgrade the stagecoach network, see, increase the number of recruits available for hire. The change will take effect after you return from your next quest. So I'm gonna buy that and see how.
Traveling. Ambition is stirring in distant cities.
You see how?
Use
Oh.
this.
Okay, you see how these things are using heirlooms. See how there's different types of heirloom. There's deeds and crests. You need deeds and crests to unlock the next stagecoach, which is 4. And this is hero barracks. It means increase the size of the hero roster, which means that increase number. So in here you have more recruits available. Right now our roster is 9, so that means the most we can have is 9 heroes. But unlocking that, we can get more. And then experience recruits. This if you unlock it, which is later on, you can experience high level recruits, and that there's a reason why you want that, and I'll explain that also when we get to it. Right now we don't need to explain that. Just remember we can get heroes from the stagecoach. Yeah, so that haven't been a lot. And then finally we got Ancestor Memoirs.
In time, you will know
I don't know why I say
the
memoirs.
extent of my failings.
So these are the things kind of like any videos or any cutscenes that we've unlocked will be here, and you can go back and rewatch them, which is pretty cool. I love the artwork in this. It's very dark, but it's still very cartoonish, which is really nice, like very stylized. I like the stylized look. Now the final thing you might have noticed is the middle button right here, embark. That is where you send your heroes on the mission. So if you click embark, it will take you to this screen, and then quests and parties. Quests and parties. This is where you select the quest and form an adventuring party of 4 heroes to embark on it. Click on quest to see their details. Drag heroes into slot at the bottom of the screen. So here we can choose from a bunch of different missions. Obviously it'll give you, like, if you check out the quest, it'll tell you what you're supposed to do, explore 90% of the room, and what rewards you will get, and also like how long the mission is. It's a short mission. It's for apprentice level 1 people, and it should be easy. But if you see anything like this, medium, darkest, level 6, kill 1 shoveling hard. This is get really good rewards, but this is very hard. And look, everyone in my team is like, this is suicide, we can't do it because it's too hard. So here, this is when we get to put our team together and move them in the right order. I think this girl should be here and this guy should be here, just because I played these kind of characters before and I kind of know what position they are, but I'll explain later when we get it. But I think by the looks of the time, I think that's all I have for this episode. So we will actually start the actual quest in the next episode. So hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.